I haven't seen any forms.
Okay, this is the Thurston County District Court criminal calendar for the city of Lacey for the morning of May 21st, 2024. We have some people present in the courtroom, some people present by Zoom, and we are live streaming these proceedings in order to increase public access to the courts. I understand we have a matter ready.
Yes, good morning, Your Honor. Aaron Swenson for the record. And I'm here with Heriberto Pagan-Flores on 8:30 for arraignment. Defense is going to waive arraignment today, Your Honor. There is an agreed resolution.
Mr. Honor, city verified Mr. Pagan-Flores has regained his license prior to arraignment. As such, city moves to amend to the infraction of no valid operator license with identification. That's RCW 4620-015. I understand the parties are agreed that there should be a finding of committed at a value of $150. We congratulate Mr. Pagan-Flores on getting his license back.
Good morning. You are Heriberto Pagan-Flores?
Yes.
Is what we just heard from your attorney and from the prosecutor accurate?
Yes.
I have a mailing address for you. Starts. Correct.
That's correct.
Okay. And counsel, I don't believe I've met you. You are Mr. Swenson?
That's right.
Before I accept any of this, is that your understanding of what we're doing here today?
Yes, Your Honor. It's all agreed. Mr. Pagan-Flores will just need some time to pay that $150. He was interested in setting up a payment plan. I told him he could do so.
That is correct. He can. Okay, I accept the amendment. I will enter a finding of committed on no valid operator's license with identification. And the fine is $150. And you'll be able to set up payments on that at the front counter.
Thank you.
There's a slip of paper. Mr. Swenson, if you could take the slip of paper to the clerk's window so they can help you get that set up.
Is the one by the court one, right?
Just straight out the doors.
Yeah, can you go with that?
Yeah, they have.
Oh, they do. Okay. Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you. Mr. Swenson, do you have another matter ready?
I think we're just about ready on Jaden Dietrich. Looks like Madam Clerk was just sent a copy of the stipulated order of continuance we found to enter today. Mr. Dietrich is present in person.
There we go. Good morning, you are Jaden Dietrich?
Yes, sir.
I have a mailing address for you. Starts. Is that still a good mailing address? Are you receiving or do you wish to receive text message reminders for court?
Yeah.
All right. We're on a day for trial confirmation, actually. And that's on two different cause numbers. And then looks like there was no contact order motion on one of the cause numbers. I have in front of me a document titled Stipulated Order of Continuance, or SOC. Does this resolve all of the cause numbers, Mr. Swenson, or is this just partial?
Part of the agreement, Your Honor, to see as a motion on the 4A cause number.
Okay. All right. We'll deal with that in just a moment here, then.
I'm reviewing the form as we go here. I just got it. It's in the court yet. I'm sorry, I'm blaming you, but I should do that. I'm reviewing the form. I got it at the same time as the court this morning. I think there's just a little bit of a link that parties need to discuss real quick, if we could.
Do we need just a brief recess so the parties can discuss this? Let's take just a moment.
Thank you.
Thank you for the opportunity, Your Honor. I think we're ready to proceed.
Okay, and we are back on the record. I believe we are now ready to proceed. Are there any changes that will need to be made in initial to the official copy of the order?
No, Your Honor. Thank you.
Okay. As I indicated a moment ago, Mr. Dietrich, I have a document in front of me titled Stipulated Order of Continuance, or SOC. This tells me that the current charge is simple assault, domestic violence, maximum penalty is 364 days and a $5,000 fine. This further tells me that there will be a continuance of 24 months, during which time you're not to commit a new criminal law violation, you're not to possess a firearm or other dangerous weapon. You will need to complete a domestic violence MRT class and comply with any and all no contact orders. Class or classes.
Yeah, it's program. Other ones,
Yeah.
I'll do it in another jurisdiction, Your Honor.
Okay. At the end of the matter, once this is completed, it looks like it'll be dismissed with prejudice. You understand that in order to put this into effect, you have certain rights that you are giving up in whole or in part. Some of these are the right to be presumed innocent, the right to a speedy trial, the right to hear and question witnesses, the right to testify or remain silent, the right to put on separate evidence in your defense, and the right to appeal a finding of guilt after a trial. Now, some of these, if there is an alleged violation, and if the court finds there is a violation, what's going to happen is the court will simply review the police reports to determine guilt or innocence. Do you understand that? Okay, so there will be a trial of sorts, except it'll just be a trial to the bench, to the judge. All right. Have I missed any of the terms or conditions?
No, Your Honor.
What?
It's
Did I? I don't know if I did or not.
Mr. Willett, I can hear you.
Okay,
You're not on your case at the moment. Okay, with all of that in mind, I do think this sounds like a good way to proceed. It sounds like you're getting a pretty good deal. My understanding is the other cause number, that there will be a motion on that. Is that correct?
That's correct, Your Honor. On the court's ratification of the SOC, city will have a motion to dismiss on the other.
Which cause number is?
That's case ending in 5927. I'll point out there's been a victim request to rescind the no contact order. That motion is also set for this morning. That's rendered moot if the court grants the motion to dismiss. And I've submitted a rescission form there in Your Honor's 930 folder. Yeah, 930.
Well, I do see the motion to rescind the no contact order. I will grant the motion to dismiss. I'm not hearing any objection on that. Motion to dismiss case ending 5927 is now dismissed.
Your Honor, with that, if I could just point out a bit of nuance, just to make sure there's no misunderstanding. Mr. Dietrich's clear on all the terms. I assume Mr. Swinson thoroughly went over it with him, but just for the record. So we have the two different cases here. They are two different victims. The city is moving to dismiss and rescind the no contact order on the casing in 927, but the other case, the one ending in 4189, that's the case going on to SOC. There's also no contact order in that case, and that would not be affected by today's proceedings. That would remain in effect.
That's correct. I did go over that with Mr. Dietrich, and that was included as a condition to comply by any and all no contact orders, which he understands this one's still in effect.
That was one of the conditions, yes, and that was my understanding, although thank you for making sure. That was my understanding, Mr. Sharp. Okay, I'm actually signing the order now, dismissing case ending 5927 with prejudice.
Your Honor, I was going to ask the court to give Mr. Dietrich 6 months to get into DVMRT. There is a wait list in jurisdictions that offer it, so he's going to get right on that, but he should be able to get started hopefully within 6 months. And then my understanding is those programs last 6 months, so he shouldn't have any issue in completing it before the 24th.
Okay, I'm also signing the rescission on the case ending 5927. Dated the JNS I just signed. I did, okay. The rescission order is giving me a little bit of a. There, maybe that'll do it. That. I have it, yeah. It just wasn't saving. Okay, just let me check. Okay. All right, Mr. Dietrich, I have approved that course of action at SOC. Sounds like you're being given a really good chance here to get all of your cases resolved in a good way. I would strongly suggest, as I'm sure your attorney has, that you take advantage of that. I don't want to see you back in here again, is what I'm saying. Okay. There's one box that I did not check on that. Yes, well, not on the SOC, on the JS. Just checked it in ink. I have not yet. I will be momentarily. Same change is going to happen on the electronic form. I just haven't checked comply with all no contact orders.
Yes.
Okay, now it's checked on the electronic.
Yeah, sure. Thank you.
All right.
I guess I'll suggest, I wonder if we can call Sergeant Spangler's case. I know he's been waiting patiently, and I understand last that he heard was that the evaluation was scheduled for sometime in August. If defense doesn't know otherwise, I would assume we would need to just reset today.
It's not yet been scheduled yet. I need to speak with Spangler to see if we can get him in for July, as there are some evaluation openings in July. So we're going to try to get him in one of those slots.
Good morning, Ms. Kamiri.
Good morning, Your Honor.
Well, for today's purposes, it sounds like you do still need to speak with Mr. Spangler, but can we just reset this from the court's side of things? Mr. Sharp, Ms. Kamiri?
That'd be a city suggestion, Your Honor, yes. And no objection to just setting, I hate having unnecessary hearings and making Mr. Spangler come to court over and over just to reset. It's just that wait list is so long. But no objection to a lengthy continuance so that hopefully we're not back again before the evaluation has happened. So maybe sometime in late July or August, I'll defer to defense there.
I would request late August, Your Honor.
Okay. I would anticipate we have pretty good availability in late August. August 20th. August 20th at 9 a.m. will be the next court appearance. Mr. Spangler, you're going to need to speak with your attorney here, Ms. Kamiri. I am going to sign an order with the new court date. But beyond that, all previously imposed conditions do still apply. Keep in contact with your attorney, and we'll see you back here August 20th at 9, okay? You're still muted, but I see you nodding, so,
Your
okay.
Honor, may I have a breakout room?
Absolutely. Mr. Spangler, we're going to put you in a breakout room with Ms. Kamiri. So just accept when the offer comes up in front of you there.
And with that, Your Honor, I guess the city request a brief recess. I think both defense attorneys need to meet with clients. City also needs to meet with Mr. Thompson's here pro se. I need to talk with him about his case.
Okay. We are taking a brief recess. We are not on the record at the moment, Ms. Kamiri. Did you have a scheduling question or something?
No, I just finished with a client. I have one matter that's ready. Otherwise, I can speak to some of these other clients that are on.
Well, Mr. Sharp isn't in the courtroom at the moment, so
All right. May I please have a breakout room with Spencer Wesenberg?
I believe we can make that happen.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Mr. Sharp, will we apparently soon be able to return to the record?
I believe Mr. Thompson will be ready in a few minutes. He's filling out a waiver right now, Your Honor. I don't know the status of the defense on anything though.
All right.
I hope so. We've got a big calendar. Your Honor, I think we're ready on Mr. Thompson's case. The court is.
Okay, let's go back on the record.
There's a defense attorney still around. He'll be back.
Okay, we are back on the record. Calling Mark Thompson.
Morning.
Good morning. You are Mark Thompson?
Yes, Judge.
All right. I have a mailing address for you. Starts 5 East. Is that still a good mailing
That
address?
is correct, yes.
And are you receiving text message reminders for court?
Yes, Judge, I am.
Excellent.
Your Honor, I think the parties are joining in a request to continue the case today. It's not for confirmation, but there's been some difficulty getting in touch. Mr. Thompson's pro se right now. So luckily we were able to have a pretty productive conversation here in the courthouse this morning. We need a little bit more time to iron out some wrinkles, and Mr. Thompson's also still considering hiring counsel. So I understand that he's filled out a waiver. I handed that up to the court. City is joining in the request to continue the trial for those reasons.
Okay, Mr. Thompson, does that match your understanding of the situation?
Yes, Judge.
All right. I anticipate that you have already, perhaps more than once, gone through a discussion about whether or not your proceeding pro se is being done with a full understanding of the situation.
Yes.
And it sounds as though you are still perhaps considering getting an attorney, but for the moment, you are your own attorney. So I have a document in front of me titled Waiver of Speedy Trial. Do you have a chance to go through this?
Yes, he just handed it to me.
You understand that this means the city would have another 90 days to bring your case to trial?
Yes.
And that's what you want to do?
Yes.
Okay. There is one thing missing from this form, and that would be the actual commencement date, And I'm now putting in, that would be today.
Oh, okay.
And that means that you did check the box saying 90 days, but without the dates to show where the 90 days starts.
Okay, I understand.
Yeah, so I'm putting in that the 90 days starts today and that it will end August 19th of this year. I could have you just initial, that's both of those that I just put in.
Don't need it.
Yeah. Sorry about that. Thank you.
All right, thank you. That's okay. Just want to make sure the record is complete here. All right, we will strike the panel and the current trial date. Mr. Sharp or Mr. Thompson, approximately how far out are you looking to set this? 30 days?
I'd suggest if it works for Mr. Thompson, maybe 2 weeks from now, we may be able to resolve the case then, or he would know whether he's going to try to hire an attorney or not.
Yeah.
2 weeks?
That
What
sounds
do we
good.
have approximately 2 weeks out? Would June 11th work for you, Mr. Thompson?
Yes, that should work.
Okay, at 10:30.
Yes.
Okay, normally I would be telling you to stay in contact with your attorney, but I am going to tell you instead, apparently, to stay in contact with yourself. Stay in contact with the city. Understand the city does not represent you, but perhaps you can work out some sort of deal,
Right.
Or let them know that you've hired an attorney, or whatever it is you wind up wishing to do. Oh, I just hand a notice here. I will say it is a bit unusual to strike trial dates at trial confirmation. It's not unheard of, but it is vastly preferred that if we get to confirmation, we are moving ahead to trial.
Mhm.
So if it gets to this point again, don't expect that this might happen again.
Right. I understand that. Yes,
Okay.
I do. And I appreciate the leniency that you're giving me. I do understand the situation. Thank you very much.
Thank you, court. The actual bullshit. For example, like one case over there by the fucking in the time when you were get a ticket for
Thank you,
on the
Mr. Sharp.
All right.
All right, that's your next court date. We will see you back here then. Any previously imposed conditions do still apply.
Okay. Thank you very much, Judge. Appreciate it.
Thank you. Have a good day.
Thank you.
Ms. Kamari, do we have a matter ready?
Yes, Your Honor, Kimberly Patterson,
Okay, Kimberly Patterson.
and he is present on Zoom.
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. There we go. Okay, good morning. You are Kimberly Patterson.
I am, Your Honor.
I have a mailing address, starts 4212 23rd Avenue Northeast, and there's an apartment letter on there. Does that sound like we have the correct mailing address?
It is correct, Your Honor.
All right. Are you receiving text message reminders for court?
I have, Your Honor.
Excellent. Okay, Ms. Kamari, what are we doing?
A change of plea, Your Honor.
That would be the document I have in front of me titled Statement of Defendant on Plea of Guilty. Okay. That's why I'm not seeing this back here on the 8:30 calendar. Okay, I have a document in front of me titled Statement of Defendant on Plea of Guilty. Did you have an opportunity to go over this with your attorney? You'll need to
I did, Your Honor.
Okay. Tells me the charges are driving while license suspended in the third and a trip permit violation. Elements are set out in the charging document. You have some rights, such as the right to a speedy trial, the right to hear and question witnesses, the right to testify or remain silent, the right to be presumed innocent, and the right to appeal a finding of guilt after a trial. Do you understand that if I accept this document, you are giving up those rights?
Yes, Your Honor, but I believe that the trip permit was removed.
That is what I'm about to get to. That is part of the recommendation from the city. Okay. Prosecutor does make a recommendation, 90 days with all 90 days suspended for 24 months on the following conditions: no criminal law violations, no driving without a valid license and insurance, perform 20 community service hours, and the trip permit violation will be dismissed if I accept this. Is that your understanding?
Yes, Your Honor.
You understand I don't have to follow that recommendation? I could sentence you to anything up to the maximum authorized by law?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. With all of that in mind, how do you plead to the crime of driving while license suspended in the third degree?
Guilty, Your Honor.
Has anyone made any threats or any promises except what's in this document to get you to make that plea?
Not at all, Your Honor.
Okay, there's a statement here says on or about February 24th, 2024, in the city of Lacey, you drove a motor vehicle while your license was suspended. Is that what happened?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, I will accept your plea. I'll find it's made knowingly and voluntarily with full understanding of the consequences and that there is a factual basis. Having accepted your plea, I am dismissing the trip permit violation with prejudice. I will be finding you guilty of the driving while license suspended in the 3rd degree. Was actually, to make the record absolutely correct, does the city have a motion on that trip?
Thank you, Your Honor. Yes, city does so move.
All right, I'll accept that motion and dismiss the trip permit violation. And I just had another error in Jabs. Just so the attorneys are aware, I have so far this morning been kicked out of Jabs once, possibly a second time coming up here, and kicked out of Laserfish. I don't know what's going on. We may have some additional problems. Just giving you a heads up.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Okay, at the moment, it appears to have, I see what it did. Interesting. Okay, seems to have returned to me, but it, again, lost every bit of information I had put in. Okay, I have accepted this plea. I will hear from the city, please.
Thank you, Your Honor. The city would ask the court to adopt the recommendations provided. There's been a decent amount of discussion and negotiation on this case. My understanding is that all terms of the recommendation are agreed.
All right, thank you. Ms. Kamari.
Your Honor, requesting that you follow the agreed upon recommendation. There, as Mr. Sharp said, there was negotiation as it relates to the trip permit violation and the community service hours. We're requesting, in addition to following the agreed upon recommendation, he has a number of unresolved traffic citation. He's a disabled vet and currently unable to work at this time. And so it's difficult for him, or he can't pay those fines off. And so we're seeking reduction or a waiver of those fines, and then any fines left that he'd be able to complete those by community service hours.
Okay. The 20 community service hours, are those in addition to community service that I might impose for fines or separate from? I mean,
I think Ms. Committee is talking about two different things there, Your Honor. So 20 hours recommended for this case is just part of the sentence.
okay.
It sounds like the basis for the suspension is the concern over there and that they're out of this court quite a few outstanding fines. And those are on, I think those are all county infractions. I don't know that Lacey has a dog in that fight.
Okay. I misunderstood, Ms. Kamari. Mr. Sharp has just straightened me out.
Thank you.
Okay, give me just a moment to fill out the judgment sentence, and then I will take a look at the other matters, if Jabs lets me. Ms. Kamari, how long will your client need to complete the community service hours as the sanction for this present case?
Would request 3 months, Your Honor.
No objection here.
Okay. Okay, I'll provide until the end of August to get that done. All right, we have heard, Mr. Patterson, we've heard from both attorneys. Before I announce any sentence, you have the right to address the court. You don't have to say anything, but if you wish to, this is your opportunity to make sure I understand anything you'd like me to know.
At this moment in time, I have nothing to say, Your Honor.
Okay, all right. Well, as I said before, I did find you guilty of driving while license suspended in the 3rd and imposing 90 days, suspending all 90 for 24 months. I haven't imposed any other fines. The only fee I've imposed is a $43 conviction fee. For the next 24 months, you're not to commit a criminal law violation. You're not to drive without a valid license or insurance. You'll need to perform 20 hours community service by August 30th, 2024. Do you have any questions about that?
I don't, Your Honor.
Okay. All right, I've signed that order. You'll be able to get a copy from Ms. Kamari or from the Thurston County District Court website. Let me take a look at these other matters that are perhaps holding up your license and see if Jabs kicks me out again.
And so, Your Honor, there are a significant number of infractions. There's only one out of this court that's suspending his license. And so that's the main concern.
Which one would that be, Ms. Kamari?
It's ending in 4040.
And then in 4040.
Your Honor, with this not being a Lacey issue, I wonder if the court could excuse me for a couple minutes.
Case ending 4040. Jabs just did something weird again. Just so you understand, Mr. Patterson, Jabs is the computer system that I'm looking at to try to figure this all out. And it is misbehaving considerably.
Your Honor, it's a charge from 2016, driving license suspended in the 3rd degree. And what I'm able to see is that a fine of $193 is owed.
And that is what it's showing me. It's simply the entire screen keeps refreshing anytime I click on it to try to look at it. Okay. Well, under the circumstances, I will authorize community service for that. And that would be 10 community service hours to get that wrapped up. If I were to give your client the same amount of time to get that done as on the other, do you think your client would be able to finish that, Ms. Mayor?
I believe so. Mr. Patterson, will that be an issue?
I don't think it would be, Your Honor.
Okay. All right. Hopefully that will.
And it's currently in collections.
Well,
which I believe
I was just looking at that. We're going to pull it out of collections and allow you to do community service for that. Hopefully that will release the hold on your license, and maybe we can stop this cycle of going around in circles with repeated violations. There are probably other things that are holding your license, but I can't do anything with those.
I appreciate what you have done, Your Honor.
Okay, anything further on this case, Ms. Kamara?
No, Your Honor.
All right, thank you, Mr. Patterson. That'll be it for this morning. Try to get those other ones straightened out so we can get you back properly licensed and stop having you in here, okay?
I appreciate that, Your Honor. Thank you.
Thank you. Have a good day. Okay, do you have another matter ready?
Your Honor, the only, I believe we'll have one matter that can come before the court when Mr. Sharp is back.
I am back.
Mr. Sharp is back.
There you go, Ms. Robles Root.
City moves to dismiss here. I think it's 10 o'clock calendar.
Good morning. You are, let me see if I can get Chaps to pull everything up. Stephanie Robles Root. You're muted.
Yes, that's me.
Okay, I have a mailing address for you. Starts southeast. Is that still a good mailing address?
Yes.
Looks like we're on for trial confirmation, but I just heard a motion from the city to dismiss.
Yes, Your Honor, a rescission form for the no contact order has been submitted.
And there is a rescission order as well. Ms. Kamari, any, not that I expect there would be, but any objection to a dismissal?
No, Your Honor.
I am thinking this is likely without prejudice.
That's the motion, Your Honor, yes.
Okay. Okay, I am signing the order dismissing without prejudice, and I will be signing the order to rescind the no contact order in just a moment here. Okay, I have signed both of those orders. Ms. Robles wrote, you can talk to your attorney. In fact, I'm certain you already have about what it means for something to be dismissed without prejudice, but at least at the moment, this case is dismissed. You can get copies of those orders from your attorney or from the court, either in person or on the court's website.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. Have a good day.
I wonder if we could quickly address Mr. Rader's case since we're looking at the 10 o'clock calendar. It's a quick one.
If it's a quick one, let's take it.
This is a PFTC, Your Honor. Ms. Kamari has supplied documentation to the city that satisfies the issue. City striking its motion. We have to strike the hearing.
Okay, Scott Rader.
I don't think he's done.
He is.
Is he? Okay.
Oh, there we go.
Hey, give me 1 second, get my audio.
Good morning, you're Scott Rader.
And absolutely, Your Honor. Can you hear me?
I can.
Yeah, absolutely.
All
Loud and
right.
clear.
I have a mailing address. Does that sound like a good mailing address?
It sure does.
Excellent. The city has moved to strike their hearing today since proof was provided. So I will strike today's hearing. You're free to go. All previously imposed conditions do still apply. All right. All right. All right. All right.
Stay very safe out there and have a beautiful one, Judge, Your Honor.
Mr. Rader, do you want to speak?
If we're good to go, then no, thank you.
Okay, thank you.
Everybody have a beautiful day and thank you for all your help.
All right. Ms. Kamari, do you have another one ready or shall I turn to Mr. Swenson?
I only have 3 4s left, Your Honor. Oh, I do have, oh, I apologize.
I was going to ask, there are a couple people present in the courtroom. I don't know if Mr. Swenson will be talking to those folks, or if you would want to talk to any of them in a on a tablet.
I think I've spoken to most of them, Your Honor.
Yeah, I do have one client that's there in person that I emailed Mr. Sharp about, and so I should be ready to handle her matter soon.
Okay, all right.
If we could call Brandon Brown, who's been waiting.
We can do that. Brandon Brown.
I see your email now, Ms. Kamari. I'll take a look and get back to you.
Thank you.
Good morning. You're Brandon Brown?
Yes.
I have a mailing address for you. Starts 7711 Miramichi Drive Northwest. Is that still a good mailing address?
Yes.
Are you receiving text message reminders for court?
Yes.
Excellent. Looks like we're on for trial confirmation. Mr. Swenson, what are we doing here today?
The plan was to enter a 6-month stipulated order of continuance, Your Honor. You got it? Okay. I had a chance to review that agreement with Mr. Brown, and I believe he's making no intelligent voluntary decision to do this today. Just ask the court to ratify.
Okay. All right, Mr. Brown, I've been handed a document titled Stipulated Order of Continuance, which is abbreviated as SOC. Did you have an opportunity to go over this document with your attorney? You have to wait for me to finish talking, sorry. Did you have an opportunity to go over this with your attorney?
Yes.
There we go. We're recording all of this, and so if two people are talking at the same time, it makes a very muddy recording.
Right.
This tells me that the charge is simple assault DV, and that this will be continued for 6 months, and if you complete the requested items, that this will be dismissed. Is that your understanding?
Yes.
Those requested items are not committing a new criminal law violation, not possessing a firearm or other dangerous weapon, get a mental health referral, and do any recommended treatment. Is that your understanding of what the recommendation is?
Yes.
I did not see any other terms. Are those the only terms?
Sorry, no new law violations, mental health treatment, and then I believe there's a rescission of no contact order. Entry of this.
That's correct, Your Honor. I don't know that it properly belongs on that form, but the city has agreed to rescission after consideration of the case and input from the victim as well. I'll prepare that form.
Okay, I did not see anything to that effect on here, but yes, I think you're right. I'm not even sure there's a place on here for that. Okay. You understand that you have some rights, such as the right to a speedy trial, the right to hear and question witnesses, the right to testify or remain silent at a trial, the right to be presumed innocent at a trial, and the right to appeal a finding of guilt after a trial. If I accept this, you'll be giving up those rights because there won't be a jury trial. Do you understand that?
Yes.
If there is a violation and it's proven to the court, a finding of guilt or innocence will be made just on a reading of the police reports. Is that your understanding?
Yes.
Okay, I am going to find that that you understand what you're doing here, that you're entering into this agreement knowingly and voluntarily with an understanding of the potential consequences. I will authorize the SOC.
In the form, I just dropped it in the judge folder and it looks like it may have gone into another folder on routing. I'm not sure. I'll see if I can search and find it and move it back. Give me just a minute, please.
Okay, while you're doing that. Don't actually need to fill out a JNS on an SOC, but since we have a moment.
That rescission form should be in there now, Your Honor. If you're not able to see it, let me know. And I'll try to move it again.
I don't see it yet.
Your Honor, may need to push F5 to reverse the view. It's in
I just did that.
9:30. Okay.
There it is.
Well, I just moved it right as Your Honor said that. So, okay, it should be back.
No, it's not.
Okay, I'm not gonna touch it again.
Give me just a moment here. Okay, now it's back. Okay. I actually didn't finish filling out the JNS, but I have signed the rescission. Mr. Swenson, does your client want a judgment and sentence reflecting the terms?
Yes, please.
Okay. In that case, I will finish filling it out. Seems to be fighting me a little bit along with the rest of the computer this morning. Has your client already scheduled the evaluation?
No, Your Honor, it's been difficult for him to get any sort of mental health treatment, so we are hopeful. I've given him, I can give him some referrals.
Let me rephrase that. How long do you think your client will need?
I'd ask for 3 months, 2 months. I guess it's a short SOC.
It's a short
2 months, Your
SOC.
Honor.
Okay. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and say until July 31st. Hopefully that will still leave time to get any treatment done, if any is recommended.
Thank you.
Okay, for the next 6 months, you're not to commit a criminal law violation, you're not to possess a gun or other deadly weapon, and you will need to get that evaluation and do any treatment they recommend. We'll have a copy of that for you here in just a moment.
Yeah, thank you. Your Honor, I also get a copy of the rescission order.
That should be here shortly. I didn't, I signed it.
I do have a question for Mr. Brown. He had asked if the court would help him getting a mental health evaluation. He's not on supervised probation. Obviously, I don't think this court does that, but is he able to reach out to probation for help getting mental health evaluation?
My understanding at the moment, I don't think it would hurt if you reached out, but I'm not certain there would be much that they would be able to do.
That's why I basically told him.
Yeah.
And we have a social worker in our office who can provide some assistance as well. But
Yes.
that's rescission of no contact. Yeah, thank you. Yeah.
Thank you. Okay, what do we have next?
Shane Iverson. Mr. Iverson's on the 9 o'clock calendar.
Good morning. You are Shane Iverson?
Yes, sir. My name's Shane Iverson.
I have a mailing address for you. Starts 3315 South Proctor Street. Is that still?
Can we please confirm my phone number? I've had a few phone number changes.
Certainly. In fact, that would have been my next question. Are you getting text message reminders from court? And it sounds like perhaps we need to check and make sure we have the right number, so you're getting those.
I did get some, but I just wanted to make sure that the 666 number is not on file number. That's a free text now number I'm not using anymore.
Okay, what is a good telephone number? Okay, we do have that now. All right, looks like we are on.
2 cases on for pretrial. That's right. We're gonna, at this point, Your Honor, just keep the date set. He has trial confirmation in both cases set for June 17th at 10 a.m.
Okay.
Some additional work needs to be done in these cases. I think at this stage, the most appropriate course of action is just to keep those dates set.
Okay, any input from the city?
Well, we've got a new issue here. It looks like filed subsequent to our last hearing. Our last hearing was April 9th. On April 10th, the new charge of assault for domestic violence was laid in Tacoma. Court made a finding of probable cause on May 13th. Issued. It looks like a no contact order was issued in the case, though I'm unable to pull up the details. And that is a pretty egregious pretrial conditions violation on the 2 pending simple assault domestic violence charges out of Lacey. Unfortunately, not being able to see who's protected on that order, I can't define whether any of the victims are in common. And I'll share that the court already revoked release in March, on March 5th, and imposed bail when the second of these assaults came about, because that was a violation. I'm sorry I didn't have time to talk with Mr. Swinson about this before this morning. This is the first time seeing of it, but that's a pretty darn big deal. City would suggest that when we started with 1 assault and a second came about, and that was a basis for an increase in bail, city would suggest that having a third come about at the same time is an even more egregious justification for bail. Requesting an increase, I guess, to 10,000 on each.
Mr. Swinson.
Well, this is the first I'm hearing about this from the city. I would object to any further increase, Your Honor. He has posted $5,000 in each of these 2 Lacey cases. He is apparently PR'd in Tacoma. He's presumed innocent on this new allegation. Mr. Iverson is currently the primary caretaker for his uncle, who he resides with, Your Honor. He did have to go through a lot of work to post the amount of bail that he posted on each of these 2 cases. And I don't believe he'll be able to post anything further, but he's here today. I mean, there's no issue, obviously, that he's going to show up for court. I would just note that this is simply an allegation. It appears that the court made the determination there that PR was appropriate. Just checking the docket. Not much information, but yeah. But Your Honor, I would ask the court not to take any action today.
Thank you.
I will just note, Your Honor, that because it's in a different jurisdiction, obviously it's going to impede his ability to resolve not just his Lacey cases. If he's in custody, it impedes my ability to work with him and prepare the cases, but also.
Who is the alleged victim in the Lacey?
It is
2 different ones.
Jody
Radin?
Jody Radin, who my understanding is it's Mr. Iverson's mother.
That would not be in common with either of these cases. We have a romantic partner case and a roommate case.
When you were saying that, were you saying that was the victim in our?
No, the alleged victim in Tacoma in the new case is his mother, Jody Radin, who's not in common with either of the alleged victims in our cases. So there have been, I would also like to note, there are active no contact orders, no allegations that any of those orders have been violated. So I understand there's a new law violation, Your Honor, but I do think it's relevant that these orders are in place for a reason, and that they.
Okay, all right. Yeah, I don't know what you each are able to see, but I am able to see the alleged victim in the Tacoma case. Okay, Mr. Iverson.
Yes, Your Honor.
I am very concerned that while you're out on reasonably large bail on our cases, you get another charge. Now, your attorney is correct that that is just an allegation, that nothing's been proven yet, but there was probable cause found. Realistically, I do appreciate that you are here in front of me. You knew that was out there. You still came here in person.
Scared to death, yeah.
I can see that. I am not going to increase your bail, but I am going to say this. This is the only chance. Well, actually, this is already a second chance because bail was increased or imposed when you got the second charge here. If the victim had been the same, I would be having you taken into custody with probably even higher bail than what the city was requesting.
I agree.
Victim isn't the same, or the alleged victim isn't the same. So I'm not going to increase what we have here, but I am very concerned that while you are out on release, pretrial release on my cases, that you're getting new charges elsewhere. If that happens again, I don't think there will be any leniency. Is that understood?
Yes, Your Honor, I understand.
I hope so. I don't want to hear that any other member of the public or yourself have been put in any danger because I'm not increasing your bail and taking you into custody right now. Understood?
Yes.
I believe the current dates set. Looks like that would be confirmation on June 17, trial on June 26 and 27, as well as the same on the other cause number.
You know, I'll point out, these are not related incidents. And I don't know, I haven't heard from defense that there would be a motion to join. The city's certainly not bringing one, given that there's no commonality other than the defendant himself. I have a little bit concerned about trial dates being set the same there.
I think perhaps at the moment, that's what I have. I think perhaps the city and defense should have a discussion and get something in front of the court.
And I'll just say for the record, we don't intend to join. We do fine setting. We want to keep the cases on the same pretrial and trial confirmation calendars, obviously, to make things a little easier for Mr. Iverson. But we would be okay setting different trial dates. I don't know if that's something we could do today.
Would we be able to set?
But I mean, defense is not opposed to that.
A newer case.
I mean, to put the clerk on the spot, I suspect this will be something that Ms. Garrett is going to need to handle.
Well, that was my thinking, yes, that this would probably need to be done.
Yeah, it is tricky because I know we like to have that confirmation hearing the week before trial. So
I think we have time for new notices to issue. So Mr. Swenson and I will talk after court today, Your Honor, and we'll get in touch with Ms. Garrett and see about adjusting the scheduling and having.
All right, I think that's a good way to proceed. That is what we'll do. At the moment, I'm leaving the dates set. We will mail out notice if and when you get those dates changed.
Okay.
Stay in contact with your attorney. All previously imposed conditions, including no new criminal law violations, do still apply. And I'm not joking around. I'm giving you, like I said, actually, this is a second chance. Don't disappoint me.
Very nice, Your Honor. I'll do my best.
Your best, it better be good enough. Okay, that'll be it for today. Stay in contact with your attorney.
Yeah, thank you, Judge. Thank you, Mr. Swenson.
no, yeah, I'll give you a call. June 17th, 10 a.m. Keegan Gendro.
I'm sorry, could you say that while you're?
Yeah, sorry, Keegan Gendro.
Thank you.
Is on the 10 o'clock calendar.
Keegan Gendro. We're on for trial confirmation, and there is also a motion about the no contact order. But first, I have a mailing address for you. Starts 5 East. Is that a good?
Yes, sir.
All right. Are you getting text message reminders for court?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Mr. Swenson, what are we doing here?
Yes, Your Honor, defense is confirming for trial next week with also disclosing self-defense as a defense at trial.
And from the city.
City will confirm, Your Honor. I understand there's a motion as well.
Okay. Both sides have confirmed. I do have a motion in front of me. Do we have Caleb Anderson either on Zoom?
I'm speaking on his behalf, Your Honor.
Okay, what other information do we have here?
The alleged victim is unable to make the hearing today, but it was important to him to get this addressed before the court. The defendant lives with the victim's father, and the victim would like to be able to visit his father's house. Doesn't necessarily want contact with the defendant, so we'll respect his space while he's at that place, but wants to be able to go and visit his father and be able to spend time with him at his house. It seems really an important factor for him for the court to consider. Thank you.
Thank you. That is the substance, essentially, of what is in the motion. I'll hear from the city first, please.
Thank you, Your Honor. Well, it sounds like things got turned around backwards a little bit there, and then Mr. Anderson's liberty isn't restricted by the order. So Mr. Gendro's liberty is restricted, and unfortunately, if the family structured things so as to limit the victim's ability to see other family members, that seems to the city to be a perversion of the court's intent there, and it's really unfortunate. However, I don't think that that speaks to the basis that justified the order in the first place. It doesn't offer the court any information to suggest that there's a different dynamic or that there's an increase in safety, a decrease in risk. So the city would submit that that's not a material change of circumstances that would justify change.
Thank you. Mr. Swenson.
Your Honor, defense would join in the motion. I would just note the this incident occurred last December 17th. So there has been a significant amount of time that's passed. I realize the city doesn't do that as a change in circumstance, but I think that that's a significant cooling off period for the allegations in this case. And these are brothers, Your Honor. So I think that's significant for the court to consider. But other than that, I have nothing else to add. I would just join the protected parties request.
Okay. Well, I'm looking at the protection order, and although the defendant is not to be within 1,000 feet of the protected person's residence, school, workplace, or any other place the protected person is located, the city is correct that there is no restraint on the alleged victim going to father's house. I understand not wanting to go there while the defendant is present to prevent getting the defendant, apparently a brother, in trouble. But this order does not prevent the alleged victim from seeing the father. And we are at trial confirmation. I don't think that there's a significant enough change in circumstances to adjust the order. I'm not going to adjust the order. That may be something that might be reconsidered after trial, depending on which way things go.
Understood.
So, okay, both sides have confirmed. I don't think there's anything further on this matter.
Not from city, Your Honor.
Not from defense. No,
Okay.
thank you.
All right. You are free to go.
Thank you.
Okay, next matter that's ready, please. And I do believe, let's see here, looks as though I believe we have the interpreter here, though, so if any of the 11 o'clock matters are able to be handled, that would be preferable, so we can move that along. We do have a number of other matters that I believe are ready to go.
I think you could call Dominic Dolinsky, Your Honor. I'm ready on that. Mr. Dolinsky's present on Zoom.
Dominic Dolinsky. Dominic Dolinsky.
Here.
There we go. Good morning. I have a mailing address for you, Street Court East. Is that still a good mailing address?
Yes, sir.
All right.
Dominic, could you put your video on? You have video? There we go.
There we go. Okay, looks like we're on for trial confirmation, but I've also been handed a statement of defendant on plea of guilty. Is this statement on plea just on the one cause number, or will this resolve both?
It resolves both. It's part of an agreed resolution, Your Honor. Plea guilty with a 24-month deferred sentence on the malicious mischief charge, and then the city, upon entry of that, the city has agreed to dismiss the hit run.
Your Honor, there's one important note that there wasn't really room on the form to put it, but so there's a item saying restitution is reserved. So he's going to point out that we have between these two cases, two forms of damage that were done to the victim's vehicle, and the parties are agreeing here that that restitution would cover both forms, even though the hit and run charge is being dismissed.
Okay. All right, this is on case ending 5350, which is the malicious mischief. Mr. Dolinsky, I have a document in front of me, titled Statement of Defendant on Plea of Guilty. Did you have an opportunity to go over this with your attorney? Any questions that you had, were those questions answered for you?
Yes, sir.
All right, paragraph 5, there are some rights, such as right to a speedy trial, the right to hear and question witnesses, the right to testify or remain silent, the right to be presumed innocent, and the right to appeal a finding of guilt after a trial. You understand, if I accept this, that you are giving up those rights?
Yes, sir.
The city has made a recommendation for a 24-month deferred sentence, no criminal law violations, possess no firearms, until reinstated by a court of record, restitution reserved.
Yeah, with the firearm issue, I think that would just be a condition of probation. I'm not aware that this charge would cause full probation.
Malicious mischief, domestic violence, it is a city of Lacey.
There was just recently some law and that wasn't there.
I believe the new statute says or equivalent. This would be one of the.
Okay, well, I'll withdraw my interruption then. I apologize. I'm sure Mr. Swenson's aware of the circumstances.
Sorry, you're talking about firearms rights?
Yes.
Yes.
So, right, we did discuss that, but my understanding also is, since this is a deferred sentence, if he's successful and so we're vacated.
As soon as there's a plea.
Well,
as soon as there's a plea, the rights are lost, even if it's a deferred sentence. As soon as there's a plea, the rights are lost until they are reinstated by a court of record, even if the charge is later dismissed.
Okay, so
statute contemplates that a change of plea is the triggering event, even if the charge is later dismissed.
There was a pretty recent change in this area of law.
It was July of last year. We're coming up on 1 year.
So I was aware that malicious mischief. Okay.
Do you need?
I may need a a moment with my client, Your Honor. I apologize.
We will give you a moment with your client. Let's see if we're able to take any other matters. I no longer see Ms. Kamari. So take a moment with your client. Let's make sure this is a pretty important constitutional right. Let's make sure we are on the same page here.
So I apologize, Your Honor. Is it then the 5-year period still applies from the moment of
5 years? I think it would actually be from the change of plea, but I would have to look up the statute to verify that.
Okay. I can look it up as well. Yeah, thank you.
Appreciate the court's clarification there. I know Your Honor's worked on that issue.
I'm sorry?
I appreciate the court's clarification on that. I know Your Honor's worked on that issue. Is Ms. Kamari available to handle anything else while we're waiting?
I no longer see Ms. Kamari on. Oh, she's on breakout room. Okay. I don't know if you are reviewing the statute, Mr. Sharp, with your furrowed brow.
I did, Your Honor. No, I'm working on other stuff now, but yeah, I did take a look, and
It's
pretty clear.
It's pretty clear. And because it says including but not limited to,
Yes.
yeah, I think that covers the city code as well.
Yep.
Ready on. So we call that matter.
Okay. Terribly, I'm certain we'll have your client back with us. I don't see him either. Is not still in the breakout room, or?
It's not on there.
We do not seem to have your client. Perhaps something went wrong when he was transferring back to the.
Yeah.
While you attempt to locate your client, I believe Ms. Kamari may have a matter ready. And I'll take that and we'll recall your case in just a moment, Mr. Swenson. Ms. Kamari, do you have something ready?
Your Honor, I don't have anything ready at this moment, but I should have some matters ready soon.
Okay, I was hoping you could help me keep things moving, but all right.
All right, thank you.
I think we could address one by agreement. It's Mr. Swenson's case, but there's not a controversy. Mr. Cruz Chamberlain, he's on for confirmation and he's not here today. I understand he's been working with therapeutic court staff. I think the agreed request is to note the FTA, which would reset speedy, set a new hearing with notice mailed.
Which case was that?
It's Mr. Cruz Chamberlain, 9 County. Number 2 on the 930.
Number 2 on the 930, thank you.
And that's all correct, Your Honor.
Okay, Cruz Chamberlain. No response. I will note the FTA for purposes of speedy trial and allow this to be reset. Are we going to reset today and mail out notice or just reset the normal course?
We'll reset, yeah.
Okay, we will mail out notice. Obviously, we're striking the trial dates and the panel. Speedy trial is reset with the noting the FTA.
Are there any others? Okay, looks like Mr. Dolinsky's back.
Okay, I'm recalling Dominic Dolinsky. Mr. Dolinsky, I was going through your statement of defendant on plea of guilty, and we had reached the point where we were discussing possessing no firearms until your rights are reinstated by a court of record. Did you have an opportunity to talk to your attorney about that?
Yes, sir.
Do you feel you fully understand the consequences of this plea?
Yes, sir.
As far as that point? Yes, okay, thank you. There would also need to be restitution, which would be actually potentially for both cases, and a DVMRT with any follow-up, any classes that will be required. You need to comply with any and all no contact orders. Mr. Swenson, the citizenship discussion has been held.
Yes, Your Honor.
Thank you. Mr. Dolinsky, you understand that that was the city's recommendation and that I would not have to follow that recommendation. I could sentence you to anything up to the maximum, no matter what the city or your attorney recommends.
Yes, sir.
Thank you. With all of that in mind, how do you plead to malicious mischief, domestic violence?
Guilty.
Has anyone made any threats or any promises except what's in this document to get you to make that plea?
No, sir.
There's a statement here that says on October 30th, 2023 in the city of Lacey, you knowingly and maliciously caused damage to your ex-girlfriend's vehicle.
Yes,
Is that
sir.
what happened? Yes. Okay. Thank you. All right. I'll accept your plea. I'll find that it's made knowingly and voluntarily with full understanding of the consequences and that there is a factual basis. Having done so, I will hear from the city.
Thank you, Your Honor. First off, city's moving to dismiss case ending in 5351. That's the hit and run count. We'd ask that the court adopt the recommendation. A few things to address here. First off, DVMRT, going out on a limb a bit there. City of Lacey for a long time has advocated for that as a avenue for rehabilitation on our cases. In the past, it's been a bit of an issue because supervised probation for that service was not available. Stands to reason that if monitoring is only probation available, then it shouldn't make much difference now. So we are recommending this. That said, I don't know whether the court can actually order it on a sentence like this. Now, SOCs are different because those are agreements between the party and we monitor those in-house. But city does believe that that's an appropriate and likely fruitful avenue for rehabilitation for Mr. Dolinsky, and that's what we're recommending. As for the recommendation on the whole, city will point out Mr. Dolinsky is still young and has the opportunity to turn his life around. That's sort of the design of the agreed resolution here. If he engages with the treatment that would be required of him, the hope is that this would be the last run-in with the system they'd have like this. That said, he's stacked up a lot. He's had a lot of second chances in other courts with his driving charges. He's on probation for at least one, looks like multiple. So this likely would be the last second chance he would get. We sincerely hope that he takes advantage of it, takes advantage of the DVMRT program to address the underlying issues that are leading to this behavior that's not just harming others, but also, if unaddressed, will ruin his life. So all told, the city believes it's a fair outcome. We hope the court agrees.
Thank you, Mr. Swenson.
Thank you, Your Honor. I'd also ask the court to follow the agreed recommendation. I think it's appropriate. I think Mr. Dolinsky is going to be successful in it. He is young, but he has good head on his shoulders, Your Honor. He's been very engaged with me, and I appreciate that. He has finished a year in college. He's working very hard right now. He's trying to get his license back. That's been an issue for him. The DVMRT will allow him a couple of things, Your Honor. He doesn't have a way to drive at this point. So there are some courts that do Zoom DVMRT that would be helpful for him. Additionally, the cost is obviously a lot more reasonable and than DV treatment. And he may have some restitution to pay, doesn't have much discretionary income. So the DVMRT, I think, is a good way for him to get the treatment that is needed. So I think he'll be successful in that. And I think he'll be successful moving forward, Your Honor. He understands what is riding on this and what's expected of him. And like I said, he's a good kid, got a good head on his shoulders. And I look forward to him being able to have this dismissed at the end of 24 months.
How much time do you anticipate your client would need for the show proof of the DVMRT?
So if it's DVMRT, it's going to be 6 months, Your Honor, because there's a wait list in these other jurisdictions. But with the 24-month deferred sentence, should give him plenty of time to finish that program if 6 months is given to get in.
And the request, either of you can answer this, is that restitution be reserved?
Right.
Okay.
Yes, Your Honor. Again, that's to include both portions of damage to the vehicle. I understand there just hasn't been an estimate made yet.
Correct. A little difficulty getting that restitution is to be on is understood to be coming from both cause numbers. So I'll just ask that there be a docket note on that. Okay, Mr. Dolinsky, we've heard from both attorneys. You have the right to address the court before I announce any sentence. Is there anything that you would like me to consider?
I don't really got nothing to really say. Yeah, I don't know.
That's all right. You don't have to say anything. It just
I wasn't going to do anything.
Okay, all right. Well, I do find you guilty of malicious mischief, domestic violence. I'm imposing 364 days, suspending all 364, and leaving you out on your own recognizance. There will be a $120 probation fee, $43 conviction fee. I'm not imposing any other fines or fees. Make sure I'm not missing something.
I'm being put on probation.
I am placing you on monitored probation. You can talk to your attorney about what that means, but the short version is you're not going to have to check in or do anything like that. This is just the court will be checking for 2 years to ensure that you don't have any additional trouble.
Yes, sir.
Not to commit a criminal law violation, restitution is reserved, but it is understood to be for both cause numbers, even though the other is being dismissed. You will need to complete DVMRT. And from this moment forward, your right to possess a firearm has, because of the effect of the plea, that right has been revoked until it is returned by a court of record. You will need to return to court, and it'll need to be a superior court in this county to get that right back. It is almost always granted if you are eligible once the time has occurred, but that will still need to occur. Do you have any questions about that sentence?
No, sir. Your Honor, I didn't hear the court say anything about the deferred sentence. I guess
it is a thank you. It is a deferred sentence. My understanding, my recollection is it's leading to a dismissal if everything is completed. Is that accurate?
Yeah, I think the guilty plea if he's successful, gets vacated, and then the case is dismissed after 2 years.
City agrees.
Okay. Well, this is a deferred sentence. And yes, if you comply with everything at the end of that 24 months, this will be dismissed.
But my gun rights are still taken away for 5 years.
As soon as I accepted your plea, yes.
Okay.
And that's not just 5 years. It will be 5 years before you are eligible to return to court and ask for them to be returned.
Right.
Okay. So it doesn't automatically end at any point. You have to return to court and ask to have your rights returned.
Yes, sir.
Okay, any questions from you, Mr. Dolinsky, or from either of the attorneys on the sentence I've just announced?
Did Your Honor see the post-conviction no contact order I submitted? Actually, I need to check the caption on that. There should be a new order for,
There is.
I don't recall if I correctly checked the box in the caption for post-disposition status.
Okay,
Is Your Honor able to do that? Up at the very top under the cause number, the drop-down box, it should read post-conviction. I apologize for missing that.
I do not have that option. If it is here, it's in a hidden drop box.
If Your Honor is able to close the form, I can do it.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay, I'll need to move it. Okay, oops. I should have it back now. Sorry about that.
I should, but I don't because I think it moved to a different
10 o'clock?
There it is.
Oh, I'm sorry. It should have been at 9 o'clock. You need me to move it? Or?
I was looking at 9 and it was there and it disappeared, but I see it in 10, so I can deal with it there. Okay. All right, I have signed the post-conviction no contact order. I will reiterate, that is, repeat myself, Mr. Dolinsky, that you are not allowed to own, possess, or control any firearms until your rights are restored by a court of record. If you do have any firearms, you are required to surrender them to the Lacey Police Department. Okay, I signed that order.
I got a question about that real quick. Am I still allowed to go to like a legal gun range and shoot or no?
No.
Okay, that's it.
That would be having firearms under your control.
I was just curious. All good.
All right.
And Dominic, I'll send you copies of this paperwork later. And then feel free to reach out if you have any questions.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Yeah. You'll be able to get a copy of all of that from your attorney, Mr. Dolinsky. And is there anything further on this matter?
Not from City Hall.
Not from defense.
Okay, that'll be it for today then, Mr. Dolinsky. Thank you very much for joining us. Next matter, please.
Your Honor, can we call Melissa Rice?
Melissa Rice.
She's 8:30 or 9.
She is on the 9 o'clock calendar.
She's been patiently waiting.
She has been. I've seen her back there. Actually, in the front there, front row left.
Your Honor should have an SOC form city's verbally endorsing.
And Ms. Mary to go over that SOC with Ms. Rice, and she's prepared to enter this today. That's the court to ratify it.
Okay, you are Melissa Rice?
Yes.
I have a document here that's titled Stipulated Order of Continuance, or SOC. You had an opportunity to go over this with your attorney?
Yes.
And this tells me that the charge is driving while license suspended in the 3rd degree, and that this matter will be continued for 6 months. And if you don't have a criminal law violation and you don't drive without a valid license or insurance after 6 months, this would be dismissed. Is that your understanding?
Yes.
There are some rights here, such as the right to be presumed innocent, the right to a speedy trial, the right to question witnesses or to testify, and the right to appeal finding of guilt after a trial. You understand that by entering this, there won't be a jury trial. If there is a violation and the court agrees that there's been a violation, any guilt or innocence will be determined by a reading of the police reports. Do you understand that?
Yes.
Do you have any questions about this agreement?
No.
I think this sounds like a very good way to resolve the case. It means that in 6 months, I'm certain you won't have any issues here. So in 6 months, you should be able to have this dismissed.
Thank you.
Just 2 seconds, hopefully, while I fill this out. Okay, I filled out the judgment and sentence on that. We'll have a copy for you in just a moment here. And don't drive without a valid license and insurance. Don't get a criminal law violation. And we won't see you back in here. You don't have to be here as long as everything's completed at the end.
Thank you.
All right. Next matter that's ready, please.
I'm gonna step back, Your Honor. I think Ms. Mary might be ready on some, or Ms. Langley.
This looks like we are stepping forward on one of the 11 o'clock matters. Good morning, Ms. Langley.
Good morning, Your Honor.
Yeah, please. I am thinking, considering where I see your name, that this is
Mendez, Carlos.
Carlos Mendez. Thank you. We're on for trial confirmation.
That's correct, Your Honor.
You are Carlos Mendez?
Yes.
I have a mailing address for you, 579 Malibu Drive Southeast.
Yes. Yeah, my last name is Vasquez Mendez.
We need to make a correction, sounds like. Could you spell that for me, please?
Vasquez, V-A-S-Q-U-E-Z. V-A-S-Q-U-E-Z, then Mendez, M-E-N-D-E-Z. Vasquez Mendez. Yeah, Vasquez Mendez is my last name.
All right, Ms. Langley.
Thank you, Your Honor. We are requesting a reset of the trial date. This is the first opportunity I've had to meet with Mr. Vasquez Mendez face to face. There is video we need to review and other things we need to talk about. On the other hand, he has an ankle monitor, so I do not want this to extend indefinitely. I would just ask for another trial date, perhaps in a month, if one is available. And would indicate that speedy trial would be told until that date.
Thank you. I will hear from the city.
Sounds like defense is requesting a continuance on good cause.
That is my understanding, correct?
No objection, Your Honor.
Okay. We will set this on for trial just in due course. It looks like we are, let's see here. Looks like there was a warrant that was recalled on the 7th of this month. That warrant would have reset speedy trial in any event. The current trial dates appear to have already been stricken. But if they weren't, I am striking them. This will be an excluded period for purposes of speedy trial. I am finding good cause for the continuance. And we will mail the notice out for the next hearing.
Thank you, Your Honor. Can I let the court know that we can do the confirmation on a Tuesday again so that we can all be here with the interpreter? And that because of that, I am not available on July 16th.
Okay, not available on July 16th?
In case we go out that far, or, yeah, that's all.
Okay, hopefully we won't be going out that far.
Just in case.
Sure. Yeah. Would June 18th work for, is that for trial or confirmation? For confirmation?
Well, City of Lacey is unavailable for trial June 26th and July 3rd.
Okay, that complicates it. And Mr. Sharp, you are pointing me. I did get your input on the continuance, but I had not asked you as far as availability. So
just that last week in June and first week in July, which is a holiday anyway. So perhaps confirmation on the 18th or 25th and trial on July 10th and 11th.
That would work for me.
All right, let's do the 25th for trial confirmation at 11. And trial July, I believe the proposal was 10th and 11th. We'll have a notice of that for you here in just a moment.
Thank you.
Maybe longer than a moment because apparently we ran out of paper. Ms. Hamilton, did you have something to bring before the court?
Yes, ella le va a llamar a usted para hacer las.
Aquí está bien.
Gracias,
Thank you.
Thank you. And return the greetings.
Oh, really? Ricardo Henrique. The warrant return. Just discussing with Ms. Rady. It looks like a case was added on to our 11 o'clock calendar. I don't know if Ms. Canary and Ms. Svensson are aware, but Mr. Mercado Henrique set to address his warrant.
I'm sorry, I didn't hear the name.
Carlos Mercado Henriquez. Lacey would be able to address it whenever defense is. Right.
We we will have one or the other attorney returning to us momentarily, as it is now 3 minutes to noon.
I prepared warrant requests on all the cases. Of course, we need to check and see which cases they have 3-4 requests on, but just letting the court know whenever we can get over that hurdle, we're ready to go over here.
Well, we can start doing the FTAs. At the moment, I don't necessarily have any input on whether, I guess what I'll do is let's start going through them. And if any of the attorneys later say, oh, I did have communication with that person, we can address that at that point. Okay. So Scott Bice.
Requesting 1,000 on each.
Okay, we're on for trial confirmation. It was set for 8:30. We have not had Scott Bice before the court. $1,000 cash or bond on each. Gina Grocott.
Previously been a warrant for failing to appear on this case, requesting a $2,000 warrant today.
$2,000 cash or bond.
I understand there will be a request on Mr. Murphy, so we can skip that one.
All right, I have a Michael Eidler on here as well, on for trial confirmation.
I don't have that.
Already out on a warrant. Failed to appear at the last hearing. Not sure.
So we just need to maintain the warrant then?
Just keep the warrant in place, strike any
I
future
don't
dates.
see that case on my list, but that's okay.
Kevin Murphy.
I understand defense will have a 3-4 request there.
Defense has a request? Yes. Okay, we will recall Kevin Murphy. Charles Penny.
One prior warrant on this case, one active warrant in another jurisdiction requesting a $2,000 warrant today.
$2,000 cash or bond. Next, I have my pause is because I have a difference in what's in front of me on the screen and what's on my paper. On my screen, I show next Christopher Restad.
I don't have that. I wonder why our lists are different, Your Honor.
It was on for trial confirmation. Excuse me, it was canceled. Again, warrant. Probably when Jabs kicked me out and I signed back in, I didn't want it to, I told it to give me everything that had been scheduled because I didn't want to miss anything.
Okay.
Sometimes it will only give me everything from, if I'm signing in at 10 o'clock, sometimes it will only give me 10 o'clock on. I didn't want that. Okay. All right. Jamie Villamontes.
I understand defense will have a request there, so we can skip that.
Okay, we'll set that one aside. Perhaps I should stick with my paper calendar in that case. Shaquan Fernandez.
He's in custody. I sure hope that defense requested an afternoon hearing for him. We just need to strike the morning hearings.
Okay, strike the morning hearings, move to the afternoon. The next two cases I do see are present. Take me down to Sean Zachary.
Mr. Jackson, Your Honor.
Sorry, yes, Sean Jackson. I apologize.
Okay, prior warrant on this case, noting the nature of the charge being DUI, so he's requesting a $5,000 warrant today for failing to appear.
$5,000 cash or bond. Audrey Marshall.
Requesting $1,000 warrant.
$1,000 cash or bond. Mariel Noida.
Requesting $1,000 warrant. It's just one case. It's calendared twice.
I see that. Okay, $1,000. Next one on the 9 o'clock is present, or was. We're not seeing him now, but he might be in a breakout room.
Who would that be, Your Honor?
Spencer Wesenberg.
Oh, I had not seen him this morning. Miss Langley was here. She represents him. I had a conversation to ask if she was requesting a 3-4 continuance or had any information that would suggest I shouldn't request a warrant. She said no.
I have gone through as people appeared on my screen and marked them as present.
Oh, in that case, I'd ask that the court just note the FTA and reset then.
Who was this for, Your Honor?
Absolutely, Ms. Mary. Do we have something ready?
She's asking who it was. We're talking about Mr. Wiesenberg.
Oh, Spencer Wiesenberg.
Yes, Your Honor. Let me get back to my notes because I did speak with him and he authorized me to appear on his behalf.
Yeah, I had seen that he was present at some point.
Miss Langley is appointed and she was here this morning and hadn't heard from him.
Yeah, so that was my misunderstanding. I spoke with him and hadn't caught that Miss Langley was his attorney. I thought that we represented him. So we spoke about just keeping the current dates that he had set, and then he authorized me to appear on his behalf and left. And so I have forwarded my notes over to Miss Langley so that she's aware of what we talked about.
No objection, Your Honor.
Okay, since Ms. Langley is aware, and the current dates are not until next month, yeah, we'll just leave those current dates set. There is time for a correction if need be.
And then did you get my notes about Villamontes?
Well, all the court has is word from Mr. Sharp that you would have something on that matter.
Okay. Yes, Your Honor. I filed a motion to continue with the speedy trial waiver. My client has authorized me to appear on her behalf.
Okay, and I do have that waiver of speedy trial in front of me. Although we were on for trial confirmation, and I really am not fond of continuing on the confirmation date, I'll hear from the city and then I'll address that continuance request.
No objection, Your Honor.
No objection from the city. We will strike the current dates. Are we setting this out for a new trial or for a new pretrial, Ms. Kamara?
New pretrial, Your Honor. We're working on a global resolution and it's just taking a little bit longer than originally expected.
Okay. All right. Well, I will accept that waiver. We'll set it on for a new pretrial, mail out notice. I believe there was also Kevin Murphy. Is he one of yours?
He is, Your Honor. So he's authorized for me to appear on his behalf, and we're requesting a reset for 2 months.
No objection.
No objection. Reset for 2 months. We will mail out the notice on Kevin Murphy. Since we now have both attorneys back in front of me, both defense attorneys, I will say we went through the morning calendar for failures to appear. And although we left out ones that we knew were present, or because I went through as I saw people appear on my screen and marked who had shown up. For any cases that are before, they're on the 9 o'clock or 8:30 calendars, does anyone have any information on their clients that failed to show?
Yeah, if it helps real quick, I can just list those names.
Please do.
We had Bice, Grocott, Panis, Jackson, Marshall, Noida, Wiesenberg, who we discussed.
I have no information for those, Your Honor.
Okay.
If we can take our Spanish cases next to Ms. Heredia can be on our way.
Please. Which interpreter case is ready?
I'm ready with Reyes Reyna.
Okay, Carlos Reyes Reyna. On for trial confirmation?
Yes, Your Honor.
Yes, Your Honor. We have
Good afternoon now.
Good afternoon.
Buenas tardes.
So we have 2 matters. First, requesting a continuance with a speedy trial waiver.
Tenemos 2 puntos. Primero, estamos pidiendo una extensión de plazo con documento firmado, con autorización.
And then the second thing, we're requesting that unresolved traffic citation be reduced or waived, and then any remaining
Y el
amount be
segundo es que
allowed
pedimos
community service hours.
que las infracciones de tráfico le remuevan o simplemente le den horas de servicio comunitario, si es que le van a dar algo.
He's trying to get his license back, but there is UTCs out of this court that are holding him up.
Está tratando de sacar su licencia, pero no puede debido a ciertas cosas que le impiden que tiene en esta corte.
Your Honor, no objection to the continuance with waiver on the suspended license case.
No tengo ninguna objeción en extender el plazo.
Infraction is interesting, though. It has not yet resolved.
La infracción no está todavía resuelta.
So I wonder if defense is requesting a finding of committed with mitigation.
Si es que me imagino que tal vez la abogada está pidiendo que se le haga, que se encuentre que sí cometió esta falta, pero que hay una mitigación.
No, so these are requests are for prior infractions that date back to 2014.
La petición de la ciudad es por infracciones anteriores que datan desde el 2014.
So no objection to the continuance of the Lacey infraction as well, then.
Entonces, no hay ninguna objeción en la postergación de las infracciones que están en Lacey también.
Given that it's already almost 12:15, I am going to grant the continuance.
Debido a que ya es tarde, 12:15, voy a aceptar que tienen esta postergación.
Okay, I do see that waiver.
Sí, veo que ya está registrado el permiso para la extensión.
7 dates now or just mail? Ms. Kamari, how far out do you want to set the dates?
¿Cuánto tiempo quiere postergar esto?
After July 9th, Your Honor.
After July 9th.
Después del 9 de julio.
Are you looking for another confirmation or a pretrial?
¿Quiere otra audiencia de confirmación o quiere otra audiencia preliminaria?
A pretrial, Your Honor.
Audiencia preliminar, su señoría.
Okay, pretrial July 16th. And we'll mail notice out to your client.
El 16 de julio para la audiencia preliminar y le vamos a enviar una notificación a su cliente.
We're striking the current trial dates.
Estamos cancelando las fechas actuales que estaban puestas para juicio.
The contested hearing is going to continue tracking along.
Las infracciones de tráfico van a seguir en conjunto con esto.
And while I would be happy to address the other tickets, I am not going to do so today due to the timing.
Aun cuando yo quisiera fijarme en los otros tickets, pero ahora no puedo hacerlo debido a la falta de tiempo.
Okay, and Mr. Carlos Reyes Reyna.
Señor Carlos Reyes Reyna.
I do have that waiver of time for trial. You understand this gives the city another 90 days to bring your case to trial?
Tengo ante mí una autorización para extensión de plazo. ¿Entiende usted que esto se prolonga 90 días más?
Yes, Your Honor.
And that's what you want to do?
¿Y eso es lo que quiere?
Yes, Your Honor. I'm trying to get my driver's license. But I couldn't afford it by this day.
I understand that. I'm not going to be able to work on that today because we are very late at the
Yo
moment.
entiendo que tiene esos otros tickets, de esas faltas, digamos, monetarias, pero no puedo ver ahora porque no tenemos tiempo.
Yeah, it's fine. That's good, Your Honor.
Okay. Anything further from either attorney?
No, Your Honor, thank you.
No, Your Honor.
Thank you. All right. Mr. Reyes Reyna, you are free to go. You'll be back here on July 16th for a
Ya puede
pretrial.
retirar, señor Reyes Reyna, y regresa el julio 16.
And Ms. Kamari, I at least would not have any issue with you setting something on perhaps a bit unusually earlier than that, just get those tickets to us.
Yes, Your Honor. The issue is working around. I'm gonna be out of town for about 3 weeks.
Okay, I understand the timing issues. Just giving you an opportunity to, if it can be worked, to not have to wait till July.
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. That'll be all in this case then. Thank you, Mr. Reyes-Reina.
Thank you, Your Honor. Appreciate it.
Do we have Pablo Mendez?
Yes, President.
His last name is Vasquez.
Yeah, I know.
We are on for trial confirmation,
Estamos aquí puestos para una confirmación para un juicio.
as well as, looks like, this is interesting.
Así como también
I am showing conditions review, second pretrial and
condiciones
trial
que es la
confirmation,
segunda,
all in the
audiencia
same
preliminar
cause.
y la confirmación todo en el mismo.
Yes, Your Honor, he failed to appear for his
Él
pretrial,
no se presentó a la audiencia preliminar.
and that was noted, so that's why that was set
Y por
today.
eso, dígame.
There's apparently a pretrial services, I'm sorry.
Vine aquí,
Okay.
estuve presente, pero
There's a pretrial services violation filed April 23rd,
Supuestamente hubo para el 23 también hubo una violación del servicio de audiencias previas.
and the confirmation was previously scheduled.
And I am simply picking it up because I requested everything.
And the parties I don't think have seen the contents of the pretrial services violation, at least the city hasn't.
Ese no se ha visto ninguna, cuál es la supuesta violación al servicio de audiencias previas.
is this a new pretrial violation?
April 23rd.
Sí, que dice que el 23 de
I think
abril.
we addressed that one. I think we figured that it was for non-reporting.
Sí, ya hablamos sobre eso.
Hearing was set for today.
Fue para-
Oh, that's others. I thought they both didn't report, but
Está puesto dos.
Well, Mr. Swenson, how do you want to proceed today?
Entonces, ¿cómo quiere proceder?
On the trial confirmation,
Yeah,
let's just start there.
Confirmación.
on the trial confirmation, Your Honor, defense needs a continuance. I unfortunately haven't had a chance to discuss the waiver.
Si yo quiero pedir una
Mr.
postergación, pero
Mendez.
no he podido hablar con el
If
señor
he's in agreement,
Méndez. Si es que él está de
then
acuerdo,
I can get a waiver
yo podría
filed.
presentar
Otherwise, I
una
ask that we enter
extensión de
excluded
plazo.
period.
Fuera
I
que
need more time, but
tendría que pedir más tiempo.
Input from the city.
I'm just reviewing the pretrial services violation, Your Honor, if you could have a moment.
Mr. Swenson, while he's checking that, why don't you take a moment?
Que quiere pedir una postergación para poder.
Your Honor, the two issues here, city has no objection to the
Su
continuance of
señoría
waiver,
dice los dos asuntos aquí, no tengo ninguna objeción que se postergue.
but we need to look at this pretrial services violation.
Necesito ver esta violación a los servicios previos. Que la alegación de que no cumplió, que hay una falta a la probatoria.
The report indicates that the device was
El reporte
tampered with
indica que el aparato fue movido
from April 13th
desde el
through
13 de
April
abril hasta
15th,
el 15.
and that
Del
on
13
the,
de abril hasta el 15.
and then on the 14th, there was an alcohol consumption detected.
Y el 14 se detectó consumición de alcohol.
That would indicate Mr. Vasquez Mendez tried to interfere with the device so that he could consume alcohol in
Parece que el
violation.
señor Méndez quiso interferir con el aparato eso para poder consumir alcohol.
I point out that these are two charges of violent
Son
crime,
dos cargos sobre
with alcohol being a contributing factor.
en la que tiene que ver con consumición de alcohol. El delito grave es consumición de alcohol también.
In March, the city requested bail because Mr. Vasquez Mendez had not had the monitor attached to him yet.
Y en marzo se pidió fianza porque el señor Vázquez Méndez no había tenido todavía el aparato en su tobillo.
The city argued that his sobriety is a matter of community safety.
La ciudad argumenta que la sobriedad del señor es cuestión de seguridad en la comunidad.
The court declined to
La
order bail at
corte
that time.
declinó removerle en ese momento.
City submits that the same
La ciudad
issue
dice que el mismo asunto se presenta
has arisen again
otra vez.
and again requests bail, $1,000.
También está pidiendo que le lleven, pero que ponga una fianza de $1,000.
Mr. Swenson, please.
Again, Your Honor, I haven't had a chance to discuss this with Mr.
Pero su
Mendez.
señoría no ha tenido la oportunidad de hablar con el señor Méndez.
It sounds
Y
like
parece que-
the alleged violation
Que la
was about a
supuesta
month ago at this
violación
point.
fue hace como un mes hasta este punto.
If there haven't been
Y si es
any
que no han habido ninguna
subsequent issues,
otros asuntos subsecuentes a esto.
I'd ask the court to
Pido a
reserve
la
any
corte
action today
que no
to
tome
allow Mr.
ninguna acción
Mendez
ahora
to
para que
stay out of
permita al
custody,
señor
work with
Méndez
me
no
and
tener que
continue to
estar
comply with
encarcelado y
the
poder
conditions
cumplir
that
conmigo y
that
hablar
seems to
conmigo
be
cumplir las
compliant
condiciones.
with for the past
Me
month.
parece que está en cumplimiento por el último mes.
I am concerned about the safety of the community given the charge and the allegation of tampering.
Sí, estoy preocupado por esas alegaciones. Así es que
But I do agree you need to be able to talk to
yo
your
creo que
client about
necesita
it,
hablar con su cliente sobre esto
and you need to be able to review the
y
allegations.
necesita revisar las alegaciones.
I do think you should have been able to
Creo que
review those
debería,
allegations
revisar
following
esas alegaciones después
your
de
last appearance with
su
him.
última presentación con él.
But I understand the need still to speak with him.
Pero entiendo que necesita hablar con él. Se necesita.
Speaking with him could be accomplished in custody,
No sé
But-
si pueda lograr eso si es que está encarcelado, pero
in the intervening month, there has not been a violation.
durante este último mes no ha habido ninguna violación.
In your discussion about speedy trial, will there be a waiver incoming?
Yeah, I'm preparing that right now, Your Honor.
Está preparando el permiso para extender el plazo.
In that case, I'm going to do two things.
En este caso voy a hacer dos cosas.
I am going to grant the continuance.
Voy a conceder a la postergación, voy a autorizar esa postergación.
Are we setting this on for another pretrial?
Estamos programando
That
una
would be
audiencia
defense's
preliminar.
request.
Esa sería la
Okay.
petición de la defensa.
I'm setting this on for another pretrial
Estoy programando una nueva audiencia.
in approximately, well, perhaps I should get to the second part of what I'm going to do before we discuss that
Tal
pretrial
vez
date.
debemos hablar de la segunda cosa que voy a hacer antes de hablar de la fecha de la audiencia preliminar.
I want a conditions review hearing set as soon as possible
Una audiencia de revisión lo más pronto posible.
so that you have time to talk to your client about the allegations
Sobre las alegaciones de que está demoniando el aparato.
and understand there may be consequences at that hearing.
Van a haber consecuencias en esa audiencia.
When can we set that? Yeah, as soon as possible. Mr. Swenson, would next Tuesday at 11 give you time for that discussion?
El próximo martes a las
Yes,
11. El próximo martes.
That is where we are setting it.
Es una audiencia para saber sobre las sanciones que necesitan darle por haber tratado de darme arrebatar como un
How far out would you like the pretrial?
Uh, 6 weeks.
Okay. We will set that, unless you want to set it right now, we can just set that in due course.
Van a programar la próxima en 6 semanas.
July 2nd, will that work?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, next court date
Próxima fecha que tiene que venir.
for a
Una
pretrial
audiencia
is,
preliminar
Ju-
va a ser
is July 2nd
el 2 de julio.
at 11.
A las 11.
Your conditions review is set for May 28th, 1 week away,
Con una semana tiene que revisar para saber las condiciones de su libertad.
also at 11.
El próximo martes aquí mismo ya a tiempo. Tiene que estar aquí a las 11. El martes. El número de teléfono. A ver, dime, leen.
360, 764, 9960.
You know, if I could address some cases that are not related just briefly, we have a couple still left to go, and I know some folks have been waiting, but we are inordinately behind on the calendar this morning. It's already 12:30. Pretty soon this courtroom will need to transition for the afternoon calendar. I understand the clerk has not been able to take the break that she's entitled to. I would suggest that any remaining cases need to be reset.
Case no set on quickly on.
That too. Okay,
I have to leave.
Mr. Mercado Henriquez.
We don't have his file, right? I don't know if we have his file.
Oh, great question. I believe we have Mr. Chapman, Mr. Garrettson, Mr. Griffin, and Ms. Bra, and well, no doubt they've all been patiently waiting. Just court resources are not available to have this many hearings this morning.
Yes, thank you.
Your Honor, I don't have any problem. I think the only person who'd be prejudiced by that might be Mr. Garrettson, who's intending to enter today or continues today. Oh, Your Honor. If Carlos Mercado Enriquez present, he's not on this morning's calendar. He had a warrant issued for missing his pretrial earlier. We're trying to quash his warrant, and it sounds like the city's in agreement to quash that warrant today. Reset dates.
Let us have that cause number, please.
Yeah, 48-004-6834.
6834.
Your Honor, I think this was just moved from the other courtroom, so probably set incorrectly over there. No objection.
Okay, we will quash the warrant. What is a good address? We'll just mail out notice of the hearing.
No tengo este correo seguro, pero 1510 por 30 apartamento de
¿Cómo?
1510.
¿Qué?
Apartamento de
¿Cuál es el nombre de la calle?
B2. College.
1510 College Street, apartment B2.
No, B.
B?
Ajá, B.
B2?
Ajá.
Yeah, that's what we said. B2.
Ya, B2.
And Mr. Swenson, Ms. Kamari, I do think under the circumstances, I apologize to the defendants that we are not going to today, but I do think we need to reset. I would be rushing through any agreements we consider at the moment.
So, Your Honor, on behalf of Mr. Griffin, I am requesting that we move forward today with his matter.
Let me see if I can we get somebody else to relieve you?
Well, Your Honor, this is on from a PFTC. I don't know that he would be prejudiced.
Yes, is Madam Interpreter excused? I think we're done.
Absolutely, yes. Thank you very much. We are checking to see if we can get coverage from Madam Clerk. If we can, I'm willing to continue getting through everything as quickly as we can. But if we can't, she is already past due for a break. Okay, I believe we have Ms. Hamilton filling in. We'll keep going as long as we can. What's the next case we have ready then, please?
Kayvon Griffin.
Kayvon Griffin, please.
I'm here, sir.
On the 9 o'clock calendar.
On the 9 o'clock, and there we go, number 8 on the 9 o'clock. Preliminary failure to comply. Okay, Ms. Mary.
Your Honor's defense's position that he's now complied with all of the conditions, but I believe that the city would like to move forward with revocation.
All right, I'll hear from the city.
Okay, surprised we want to push hard on this today, but yeah, this is an SOC, Your Honor, that entered in November of 2021. Final hearing was May of 2023, so it's been May 6, 23. So it's been over a year since the natural expiration date of the SOC had he successfully complied. There's been no proof of parenting class or mental health treatment as ordered having been done within the period of the SOC. I understand that in the last couple of weeks, there's been a mad scramble to put some things together. The city's position back in April was that it was too late. It's not any earlier now. The city's position is that within the frame of the 18-month SOC, those two material terms were not met. That's a material breach. The city seeking revocation. I'll email the clerk with the police report. Should the court revoke and enter conviction, the city has a sentencing recommendation available.
Okay, I do see the agreement initially entered in November of 2021. And given the, well, I don't have that proof in front of me that things were completed very recently. I am willing, absolutely, Mr. Mary, to take you at your word that they were completed.
And Your Honor, I did forward those to the clerk just now.
I understand. I fully expect that they are there and say exactly what you say, that compliance was completed, but it has been over a year since the end of the agreement. In my view, this is a contract between the defendant and the city. I do think there has been a material breach. I appreciate and don't want to discourage people attempting to complete, but when it is this late and the city had already moved to revoke the agreement, I do think it's appropriate to find the violation and revoke the agreement. I have been handed a copy of the police report. I'll be reviewing that as quickly as possible. Have reviewed that police report. And I do find you guilty of the charge of simple assault, domestic violence. I will hear from the city, please.
The city's recommending a sentence pretty much mirroring the terms of the SOC. So credit for time served with the remainder suspended for 2 years. I believe he served 1 day at the initial arrest. Conditions to include law-abiding behavior, no possession of firearms or other dangerous weapons, mental health treatment, parenting class. And I understand that Ms. Camary has submitted some proof of a recently completed parenting class as well as a mental health evaluation, but city would be seeking follow through on that treatment recommendation.
Ms. Camary.
Your Honor, I'm requesting that the case be closed. He originally entered the SOC in January 9th of 2021, had a guilty plea be entered at that time with 2-year jurisdiction given, then it would have expired at this point. He has completed the parenting class that was required. He did complete the evaluation for mental health. He is a veteran and he's going through the VA. It's an extremely long process to get set up with a VA. And so he's been in that process for a year. So they've done the evaluation, but it's not until that claim is done that he can then start getting resources and treatment through the VA. Looking at his evaluation for his mental health conditions, based on my knowledge that he should be getting like a 70% rating if the ratings comply with the evaluation, which is significantly high for mental health disorders. And so he does have diagnoses that need treatment, but he can get that through the VA once his claim goes through. And we believe that he can continue that on his own accord as opposed to going through the court system. And so he also has no criminal history other than this incident. And so this is the only criminal history that he had. It's from 2021, no other incidents since then. A significant amount of time has passed. He supports 4 other individuals at this time, and he's working full time. He's currently living in Maryland, so he's not been in the state of Washington for over a year now. And so we're requesting that the case be closed. He does have 1 day of credit.
Thank you. Mr. Griffin, you have the right to address the court before I announce any sentence. Is there anything that you would like me to consider?
Yes, sir. I just have to say that I do understand that I was late. But after I got out of the Army, a lot has transpired. Like I said, I moved back to Maryland now. Everything is on a good path, and I actually have a great relationship with my kid's mother. And I truly believe that she could attest to that. I'm just trying to move on from this, sir. Like I said, I understand I was late, but I've done everything that I was asked of, and I would just like to move on and continue with this new chapter of my life, if possible.
All right, thank you. Okay.
Thank you, sir.
I do appreciate that you waited actually for quite some time to get heard this morning. And I also appreciate, I often volunteer in our local veterans court. I do appreciate how difficult the VA can be to work with. Here's what I'm going to do. I am imposing 364 days. I'm suspending 363 and giving you credit for the 1 day you've served. I am going to go ahead and indicate that this case can be closed out once you pay the $43.
I'm sorry, there was a bad connection.
I'm imposing 364 days.
Sir, can you repeat that?
I am repeating it. I'm hoping you can hear me now. 364 days. I'm
Yes, sir.
suspending 363, giving you credit for the 1 day that you already served. So there's no more time to serve. This can be closed as soon as you pay the $43 conviction fee. Okay, it's going to be on your record.
Yes, sir.
And it is a domestic violence conviction for an assault, which means you aren't allowed to possess any firearms or other deadly weapons until your rights are restored. The date of violation is far enough back, even with the date of violation being that far back, rather, that still has this effect. I am requiring that you surrender any firearms you have to law enforcement in Maryland, or make sure your wife gets them out of your control. I am also agreeing with the proposal that we close this matter once that $43 is paid. I appreciate the work you put in the last few months. I wish you had done it before the end of the agreement. Were you able to hear all of that?
Yeah.
Okay. You can contact the court to make that $43 payment, and this can be closed as soon as you do.
All right, sir. Thank you. How did you say to make the payment, sir?
It would probably be easiest for you to do it online at the Thurston County District Court website. There will be a small fee attached to the fee you're paying, but otherwise you can just mail us a check for $43, but that's going to take a while to get to us.
Okay, I'll just pay it online.
All right, this can be closed as soon as you do. I believe that concludes this matter.
Yeah, I'm again going to point out the time. It's 10 till 1 because the calendar is about to start.
I understand, Mr. Sharp. I am pushing get as much done as we can.
I was just going to suggest we reset the remainder.
I've also signed, hold on, everyone, just hold on a second. Mr. Griffin, I am also signing the notice of ineligibility to possess firearms. That is going to go into the federal database. And so you will need to get your rights restored before you'll be able to own or possess any firearms. And that is going to be pretty clear if you have, even if you have contact with law enforcement there in Maryland.
So how do I get, yes, sir. I just wanted to know, how do I get my rights restored?
Well, I can't give you legal advice, but I can tell you that once you are eligible, which will be 5 years from now, if you don't have any other problems, you can apply to the Superior Court of Thurston County for that to happen. Anything beyond that, you'll need to talk to an attorney for the actual process.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
Okay, that matter is concluded. Mr. Swenson, Ms. Cameri.
Your Honor, no issue with resetting Jessica Vera.
Mr. Swenson.
There's no issue with resetting. I think, well, is Mr. Chapman still present on Zoom?
Yes.
He has dates. He has dates already set, Your Honor.
Okay, let's leave for Mr. Chapman. Let's leave those dates in place. Future dates are,
I think June 4th at 9 o'clock.
June 4th at 9 o'clock. Okay.
Oh, yes, Mr. Griffin, you're free to go. Please.
Make a brief record. I know Mr. Garrison and Mr. Willett were hoping to enter SOCs today. The city will commit now to backdating the SOCs as though they were entered today as far as expiration dates.
I think that is more than reasonable. I do have those documents here in front of me, and they were here. We can make a docket note, I believe, that those could be backdated nunc-pro-tunc to today's date once they are actually entered and signed.
And then, Your Honor, I think that just leaves one case, failure to appear, Mr. Helene, 9:30 calendar.
Zachary Helene. And for everyone who is still online, if we didn't get to your case, I apologize. We will be resetting it. We will either mail out notice or we'll have your attorney contact you and get you the new dates. But we are, in fact, out of time. We have another calendar starting here momentarily.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Am I good, Your Honor? This is Mr. Chapman.
You're both good to go, and we thank you, and I apologize for taking so long.
Mr. Chapman, this is
Yes,
your
sir.
attorney. This is your attorney, Aaron Swenson. Did you get a text message I just sent you? I want to make sure I have the right number for you.
Yes, I did.
Okay, perfect. We'll touch base. Thank you.
All right.
All right, thank you, sir.
Ms. Farah, that includes you as well. Returning to Zachary Haleen, no response.
Please make an oral motion to revoke based on no proof of domestic violence treatment. That's why it was set on for a compliance hearing. See 5 active warrants in other jurisdictions requesting a $10,000 warrant.
That's some information today, Your Honor.
Okay, $10,000. Cash or bond. That concludes today's calendar. Thank you all very much, and have a good day.
Thank you, everyone. Have a good day.
Okay.